I just have to share with you, I am having a conversation right now with the beautiful, amazing Udana Power. And if you've not heard of this woman, go on YouTube, Google her or something. She has been around Hollywood and musicals and stage and theater for, wow, so long. And
So many years.
yeah, I am so blessed to call her my friend. And but we were having a conversation and I asked her a question and I thought, you know what? Let's hit record and let's have this conversation and share it with you because this is a really great conversation about, when we doubt ourselves or when we have fear. So the question that I asked you, Donna, was, like when I hear or watch interviews with celebrities and they talk about how, they're really shy or they don't believe much in themselves, but yet they are able to do these amazing performances on stage and theater. And I asked her, like, Donna, can you explain that to me? And the answer was really profound. So again, Udana, I am going to ask this question again is like, what is it that would make someone who is really painfully shy or, not believing in themselves to be able to bring out such amazing, um, I don't know, characters on stage and screen? You go.
And that's a really good question that I'll look up here so that I can connect. But there's an old saying here in Hollywood. I don't know whether everybody knows, but we all, talk about it. Never underestimate the insecurity of a star. And for me, I was born to be an actress. I never wanted to be anything else. It was all I wanted. And then I became a singer and I love acting through singing. So, but in my family, we were not allowed to have other emotions than my dad's anger. So when I got to acting classes, I knew that I could just believe I could become the character. I did this like in the third grade. I was like becoming Joe in Little Women in a little scene. And I just become Joe and Meg is dying and you just throw yourself into it. You can feel, and I could feel all those feelings. And then it's like channeling. So basically, great actors are not out there emoting and learning the words and getting the words right. What I did learn, fortunately, at a very young age, you got to learn all the words and be able to rattle them off really fast. So now you have a framework. And if also you're acting in a song, you're singing, singing is extended speaking. And as you're feeling the words, like a lot of the great singers there, you watch what they're doing, and they're not just singing the song, they're feeling the emotions, and it just happens to be in the melody. It's just elevated into poetry by being in a song. And so it's like you have the containment of something structured. You don't have to have self-confidence with everybody's opinion coming at you and oh my gosh. It's about you have something structured, like you have a song and the orchestra's playing and you're downstage center and you just can feel all of that because you're not blathering it out. You're feeling this emotion that is coming up through you. Does that make sense? So
It
you
does.
don't have the fear of what does everybody think? And like you mentioned, Nancy, about, why actors don't like to go see their own dailies.
Right.
It's hard. You don't even know who you are. You don't want to become self-conscious. Well, maybe I like it when my arm goes like that or something. You want to be able to connect to that character, that's those emotions that are coming up from within you, and they have a framework to be in. So you don't want
You
to
know,
become self-conscious.
I
Yes.
think that's really helpful what you just said for all of these entrepreneurs out there,
Yeah.
especially women who are afraid to get in front of the camera and talk about their products and their services or their business or what it is that they share because they are getting in front of the camera judging themselves, but when they can get into character, so to speak, the character of who I am, what I'm selling, what I'm promoting, what I'm sharing, being in that character is it's really being your authentic self. You are bringing up these feelings of, something that you love and you're passionate about, And when you do that, it takes away the fear of, being in front of the camera or being in front of an audience. And I think what you said is so profound for giving people confidence.
That's really important. So if you think about what do I really want to say to a person or to people, how do I want to connect in a human way? Because we want to watch people's emotionally. That's why AI is just AI. It's like talking to a robot. You can start telling, what was that, AI, you know? And but when you're just, I took writing classes from a great writing teacher by the name of Jack Grapes. His whole mantra was write like you talk, write like you talk, write like you talk, write like you talk, write like you talk. You just want to be able to, you want to frame up what you want to say and have it aligned with what has really meaning for you, and then just say it real. There's a difference between talking real, a dialogue, and being illiterate. Being literate. My first one-woman show I did, I had a dear friend of mine come over. I was practicing in the living room and putting on the music and talking in between. And Bruce Davison, great actor, one of the greatest actors of our generation, character actor. He's just fabulous. He came over and watched it, and he said, "Udana," at the end, he said, "Udana, you sound like you have a typewriter in your mouth." That's one of the best notes I've ever had. So you want to just let the authentic you out and be connecting with someone clearly that you know, or I don't know, that wants to have some of your insight. Not that you're pounding it on them, but you're inviting them to look at, we're sharing our point of view, and we're inviting people to expand their awareness by looking at what's troubling them or concerning them from another point of view. Oh, look at how about this and maybe this, and how do we all work together? Because time to come together to work together. So what you have to say, if it's emerging out of you, boy, it's so important for all of us.
Donna, whenever I have a conversation with you, it doesn't matter, what we're talking about. You always bring out this just like this happiness, this excitement. I feel like if someone were to say to me, like, describe Udana, I would say, like, she's the happy fairy. She, like the fairy godmothers in the fairy tale. But you're the happy, like, you're going around like, I'm gonna say something to make you happy, I'm gonna make something make you laugh, and you've worked with people from like Suzanne Summers to Katharine Hepburn to, I mean, my gosh, you have just worked with so many great people, and
Yeah.
you have been around this industry for so long, and now you're producing, and now you're teaching, and you're teaching people, especially women, about the law of blooming and
Mm.
that means to them. And you come from that, I'll say, that era where women were pushed down and not really thought of for their minds as much as their body. And the whole Me Too thing happened way before anybody started talking about the whole Me Too. And you've seen things, and we've talked about some of the things you've seen, and it's so, I love what you're doing and what you're sharing, and what you shared with us about how actors get into that um role. And what was it you shared with me about Robert De Niro? You said something.
I can't remember whether it was a great actor. I thought it might be Robert De Niro. I can't quite remember, but they were really bad at cold reading. And cold reading is when you have a script and you don't memorize all the words, you just go in cold, and maybe it's a casting director's office or a director or something, like you just do cold reading. But this particular actor, who it was very bad at that, and one of our greatest actors. But what we do is we learn the lines. I mean, I, as an actor, I learned we have to think all the thoughts. So when I really started getting really understanding, I literally write my subtext. I'll write 5 things that I'm thinking for everything I'm going to say. And as I'm learning the words, then as I'm thinking all of that, I've got the thoughts going through my head, so I don't have to think about, oh, me, I, what am I looking like? Is my lipstick okay? What I think is I'm thinking these thoughts, alternative thoughts that are coming up like before I say the next word. So a pause is not a big blank space.
Mm.
A pause is watching somebody think. I mean, if you want to see a pause, if you want to see a great actress do this in particular, watch the new movie Ferrari, Penelope Cruz. She plays the wife and she goes down into the crypt of her son. I don't know how, it's like about 3, 5 minutes. All I know, this is great act. All she's doing is she's thinking in complete silence. I learned that by watching Betty Davis do it in Now Voyager. She just was full screen, going from thought to thought to thought to thought to thought to thought. I couldn't take my eyes off her. I went, oh, well, you have to put the thoughts there.
Yeah.
Okay. They come, but it's only the dialogue that's left. That's the bare bones. The dialogue and the words are only the carrier vibe of your communication.
You are so brilliant, and I love what you're teaching now. I mean, not only are you producing things and writing and scripting things, but you're also, you're kind of on a mission right now to teach
I am.
women to bloom into their authenticity, and to stop believing that we have to emulate the fairy tales and the things that we were brought up with. And I didn't ask you this in advance, and so I'm totally putting you on the spot. But I'm going to ask you, Udana, please sing your song about Cinderella after the honeymoon.
Okay.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh. I think every woman needs to
I'll sing. All right. I was
every
doing.
woman needs to listen to this and just realize that you have it in you to be who you want to be. I totally threw this on you, Udana, so
Yeah, you did, but I think I can remember most of the words. Okay, so I was singing a lot of Torch songs. He doesn't love me, and where to go, and my life is terrible. Let me stand up here because I can do this better here. So basically, so I wanted to write a song of, what happened to the Little Mermaid, after she got her man, and what happened to Cinderella after she moved in to the castle. I didn't want to sing about unrequited love. I wanted to sing about requited love. So my songwriting partner, my musical director, Andy Howe, and I sat down and we came up with this. I know I've found him, or maybe he found me. Or we could have found each other, 'course I might have met his brother, and then have to work it out in therapy. This man is perfect. My heart is very sure that his heart love is very pure, and that I'll always be secure, and that we'll live our lives in true ecstasy. The cap's on the toothpaste, the toilet seat's down. He drives a Ferrari while living uptown. His body's perfection, yes, he's my kind of guy. His clothes are on hangers, his socks are in pairs. He makes lots of money, we're millionaires. He keeps an erection, woo! So please tell me why. He's boring. Oh my God, he's so boring. I know I'm not dumb, so please tell me how come I'm so numb. He's boring, must I spend my life snoring, or at least spend a decade or two pretending my dreams have come true? And there's more, it goes on and on.
love it. I love it. I just feel like ever since I heard that you sing that song like years and years and years ago, it comes into my mind all the time. Instead of us women thinking that, we need someone else in our life to make us who we are, we deserve to be our authentic self. Udana, thank you. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for sharing your love and your energy, and for allowing me to put you on the spot. I really appreciate and love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Love your dojo. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so much out of your amazing Tuesday dojo. So thank you. Thank you for all that you're giving to the world. Women, we get to come together and know that we already have the power. We just get to activate it.
Yes. Woo. Thank you, Udana. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.